code. You can find it on Steam for $20 or $19.99 if you're in advertising. You play a nomadic slug rat who is both predator and prey in a broken ecosystem. Grab your spear and brave the industrial wastes while you hunt for food and try to survive. But be wary. There are bigger creatures that have the same plan. And slug rats look delicious. What are your expectations for Rain World?
So I brought this up a little bit with you earlier in the week that I saw the slug cat, and I thought Ori from Ori. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Like, this looks too similar to Ori and the Blind Forest, and I just do not know if I want to. I had such a difficult time with that game that I'm like, oh man, I don't know if I really want to jump into this one. What is this? However, there's something quite pleasant about a little white, adorable creature with big, dark eyes that
they know what they're doing.
Made me decide that I would go ahead and try it and not expect it to be Ori. So that's what I was thinking.
Mm-hmm.
What about you?
I love the look of the art. It's very unique and it's like dystopian, industrial waste, I guess. I thought the main characters, like the these slug rats, as you come to know them, look very clever and cool. So I was into that, and then I seen it was published by Adult Swim, which was kind of crazy. So once I seen that, I was like, all right, I'm getting pumped for this game. I'm ready to go, Adult Swim. You make me laugh every day. Let's see what you got in the video game world. What do you think about the things you liked about Rain World moving into it?
Okay, so real fast, Adult Swim, I feel like this is out of their element a little bit, but not in a bad way. I liked this game.
Mm-hmm.
The things, I guess one of the things I enjoyed the most about it, but I would say almost the physics or the movement of the characters, either your enemies, your food, your predator, your prey, and the design is endearing for a post-apocalyptic, sad world that you're traversing here. It is endearing.
If you're going to be in the post-apocalypse world, this is the one you want to get into.
Yeah.
It's very cute.
Yeah, I like it. Is cute. But the movements, the physics, for specifically, I loved eating the bats and insects. I don't know if it was so cute. He just rips them up and just tears into them and is ravenous. And I don't know, I want a slug cat now. Like, why can't my cat be a slug cat?
You could dress him up for Halloween. He's ready to go. You got a few months. Just dye his hair white.
I've done that before. Not with dressing him up as a slug cat. I've done that before though, and he does love it.
Yeah. So I think like the physics, like you're talking about, the way the character moved, immediately like hit me as something that was really great about the game. I don't know how they accomplished it because it doesn't look like they were like created like frame by frame. It's a very like the engine runs it, and that's kind of cool. It really made the movement feel like very fluid, and like he was actually in the world, and like not just like jumping onto something, but actually it felt like he was getting onto it, and you kind of did the motions with him. Overall, like the graphic style, very solid. The theme was unique. The way they executed their art style was on point. Especially like the intro story artwork, I think was kind of the best they've done. I can't think of the game. It was just like fantastic. It was very beautifully done.
Yeah, I really enjoyed, as far as the gameplay goes, I enjoyed the sense of panic that it induces too. In the game, you are not just up against predators, you are also up against rain. Rain will come and, will literally wash you away and kill you. And there's a countdown for that, as well as the predators. You're constantly trying to avoid them. You don't know if any of them are good. You don't know if they're bad at first. Nothing's really handed to you. And in that sense, there is the thing I also enjoyed about it, there is a sense of humor with it because of the fact that that with the rain, like for instance, it starts raining and then all of a sudden it it's just the entire screen
Yeah.
is rain, and there is humor there that makes it feel like an Adult Swim game.
Yep.
Which they tend to make kind of quirky, funny games. And I enjoyed that a lot. I did see it there, even when he's balancing on the top of like the little poles and stuff. It's humor. There's a little bit of entertainment there.
Were you ever underground when it started to rain? Like not in your habitat?
Yeah.
And like it just drowns you. I did not see that coming. I was like, oh, I'm underneath the ground. This rain's no problem, man. We're good to go.
No, then, you have to get to your safe spot. Yeah.
Yep. So yeah, gameplay. I think the rain was kind of a unique take on the genre. It's definitely just like a platformer puzzle game, but they do a really great job at like putting their own stamp on that genre and making it their own. The kind of tunneling system was very cool. Added a lot to the puzzle nature of the game and try and figure out where you needed to go. And so lastly, I think the music was kind of the highlight for me in the very beginning of the game. How do you feel about the music? Anything? Do you feel moved?
I don't have any commentary on the music. That's your thing, dude. You hold on to that.
Well,
I'm glad you like it though.
I just, in the very beginning, it put you into this world. You do play a creature in the industrial wastelands, and the music absolutely fits it. It sets the tone. So I appreciate that. Yeah, I did.
That wasn't something that stood out to me, I guess, one way or the other. It was just there.
Okay.
But, I just liked eating insects, dude. That's what I loved.
You just
I loved it.
Tunneled on it?
Yeah. Yeah. I was like, insects, I gotta eat these.
Were the blue things hanging down? Were those insects?
I don't think so. I'm talking about the bats. And
okay.
The little green, the little green insects.
Okay.
I guess he ate bats and insects.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I didn't know what the blue things were. I guess they're fruit. Whatever. What about things you disliked about Rain World? I just feel like an idiot sometimes when I think about games. Like, I'm like, was that an insect hanging down? No, it's just a blue bulb that's kind of a fruit.
So I guess there's one particular thing about this game that I did not like, and I feel like the learning curve is rage-inducing. This game is hard.
That's like an understatement.
I don't like how hard it is. Nothing is handed to you in this game. I guess something else that it made it not quite my thing is that there's no progression. You don't. There is progression through the story, but you don't acquire new traits and abilities necessarily. You don't get any better. You don't evolve. You are always a slug cat, and you are always just trying to get away. What does end up happening, though, is that you're presented with the ability to protect yourself and evade these enemies right off the bat, and you don't realize it until you've messed up hundreds of times. That these little control differences can make a life or death situation go into your favor. And so that in and of itself is really frustrating for a gamer like me. I'm not saying that I want everything handed to me. I don't need I don't want IKEA like instructions like here's what you will do or whatever. I don't need that. But this game hands you nothing, and I did not make it very far. Okay, can I just say that? I didn't beat this game. I'm pretty sure if I wanted to beat this game, I would have to play it for at least 100 hours.
Yep.
So I don't feel as though this game is made for me.
I don't think it's made for much of anyone, dude. Like, this thing's hard. Like, it's hard.
But some people love that. And if you want a challenging game, this game will provide it to you.
Dude, the people who like this game are the ones who would, like, kill the turtles in the kindergarten. Like, the class's pet turtles. Those are the people who love this game. They are not gamers. They just fell into our realm for whatever reason. Like, I don't know. Could you even kill the monsters? Was that a thing? Like, everything that came to eat, you couldn't kill them. And I sat there for 10 minutes trying.
You can stab them in the face with a stick.
But they don't die.
Rocks. No, they don't.
So, I don't know how many times.
You can. I never killed one.
Like, eventually you just have, like, 4 of them following you, and you can't, like, jump around anymore, and you just eventually get eaten. The gameplay is just way, way too hard. And after feeling like a moron for about like an hour and a half, I went on to Steam and started looking at the reviews, and I seen one where this guy said, I played this game for about 9 hours, and I'm not sure if I did anything progression-wise. Like,
what?
Yeah, he 9 hours in this game, and he doesn't feel like he progressed that much, and he's just starting to get a handle on the game. And I guess if that's your deal, then maybe if you play Dark Souls or Darkest Dungeon and like want a little bit more of a challenge, this is the game you should pick up.
So this game is more of a survival game to me than a platformer.
Okay, I can see that.
There are platformer elements to it, for sure.
Yeah.
You are jumping onto platforms. You're going into tubes. That makes it a platformer. But it is a survival game. And not only that, but it is a survival game that provides you with very, very little to help you survive outside of investigation. Memory is an aspect of it too. You end up having to kind of remember these maps. But yeah, I feel like this game is a survival game. That's how I would classify it.
It makes you not want to survive. Like, everything in it, like, this isn't worth it. This just isn't worth it. And I think kind of the problem with it, like, not, for me, like, I just wasn't, like, drawn to, like, be getting better. And I think that's a symptom of the story being very bare bones and not that great. In the intro, it kind of shows you that you're separated from your slug cat family. It's very sad. There's a big, like, crying eyes of the slug cat, and I felt emotional. And then, like, 10 minutes in the game, that story is forgotten about. There's no storytelling inside of the game to the points I've gotten to. And so I think without that, I have no desire to try and get better at this game or try to learn how to get to the 4th level or 5th level. It's just, 3 levels of that nonsense, and I was like, dude, I got better things to do with my life. Like, the difficulty was more frustrating than my enjoyment of the game. And I don't know how you make a game and, like, sell it in that state. I don't know.
I guess, so you were talking a little bit about the intro and the story that set up. That was actually one of the things that bothered me. It wasn't the fact that the story wasn't good, that they put you into, that they introduced you to. It was. But it also reminded me of the feels that Ori provides. And, that in and of itself, I felt like it was a little too similar. So that bothered me a little bit. I mean, I wouldn't say that that's a reason to not purchase the game, but that was something that bothered me a little bit. But yeah, I'm with you. It was difficult. I disagree with you, though, on...
How dare you?
It being... Yeah, well... I'm sorry. But I disagree with you on it not being a game worth playing. I feel like what combats the difficult learning curve, what combats the rage-inducing nature of this game is the fact that it does provide you with a true sense of panic. And if you play survival games, you always have that, oh, I'm starving, or oh, I got to do this, or oh, I ran into this. It provides you with that in this platformer environment, which I think is somewhat unique.
Sure.
And I think that appeals to survival game players, to the extreme ones. I think that this is a game for them, so for sure.
All right. Final thoughts other than that?
I'm a thumbs up on this one. Very rarely do I really want to get better at a game while I'm screaming at it. And most of the time, if I'm screaming at a game, I want to turn it off. I was screaming at this one, but I was enjoying yelling.
Yeah.
It was weird.
It tapped into your anger.
I am close to a thumbs down, though, for me, but I do feel like the dynamics of this game, the art style, the physics, the sense of panic it induces, I feel as though all of those are pluses, and I think that they're strong enough to tilt the thumb in an upward position. But I do say that if you are anywhere near a casual gamer, this is not a game. This is a challenging game, despite how cute it is.
Yeah.
And you better be prepared. You better pull your pants right up to your chest.
Get those bootstraps ready.
Get those bootstraps ready and get prepared, because that's what it's going to take.
Yeah, I gotta be the same. Where I'm like a thumbs up with an asterisk, I guess would be the best way I could describe it in my head. Like, this is a well crafted game. They thought about everything they were doing, but you better, like, if you're gonna pay the money for this game, you should know going into it you're in it for the long haul, because you're not gonna start really enjoying this game until hour 3, hour 4, where you really understand mechanics and how everything works. So you gotta be committed. You're gonna marry this game. This just isn't a fling. You're in it.
That is a good point.
Yeah.
I think that that's actually perfect. I think that that's perfect. If you want to buy this game, Godspeed, go for it.
Yep.
But realize that in order for you to progress, you will probably spend 2 hours just figuring out the first section.
Mm-hmm. Yep. All right, there we go. That's Rain World from Video Cult, published by Adult Swim's Gaming. You can find it on Steam for $19.99. 2 thumbs up with a slight asterisk. Probably, there's a ring on that thumb. You're committed to this game.